So, let's dive into a really fascinating story from a classic Buddhist text. It asks this incredible question: what if you could actually count the entire cosmos? It's a tale about a young seeker, a very surprising teacher, and a journey that's gonna totally redefine what we even mean by the word knowledge. Okay, so our story starts with this young guy named Sudhana. And he is on an epic pilgrimage, traveling from one master to the next. He's desperate to figure out the path to supreme enlightenment. He's super earnest, totally dedicated, and he's searching for answers to the biggest questions you could imagine. But here's the thing. The next master he's supposed to find, it's not some ancient sage meditating on a remote mountaintop. No, his journey leads him to a child, a boy named Megha, who he finds just playing in the sand. Now, Sudhana, he trusts the path that's been laid out for him. His last teacher promised him that this boy, Megha, holds a really important piece of the puzzle to finding true enlightenment. So Sudhana gets to this little river islet, and the scene is just unbelievable. There's Megha, the supposed master, and he's surrounded by 10,000 other kids. And what is this great teacher up to? He's just playing in the sand, totally absorbed, building and shaping sand piles. That's it. But Sudhana isn't deterred. He walks up, bows respectfully, and asks this incredibly profound question about the path of a Bodhisattva, an enlightened being who helps everyone else find wisdom. Just picture it, this weary pilgrim asking the deepest question of his life to a little kid making sandcastles. But Megha's answer? Well, it is anything but childish. Megha starts to explain his path to wisdom. But he doesn't begin with some abstract philosophy or meditation techniques. Nope. He starts with a total, complete mastery of the physical, practical world. He tells Sudhana his journey began by learning writing, math, and calculation. But it didn't stop there. Oh no. He also mastered medicine, architecture, alchemy, even farming, and how to run a business. He can literally look at a person and understand their past actions and what their future holds. This isn't just some spiritual thing. It's a total command of all human knowledge. And then Megha just lets that sink in. All of that, mastering every single science and art known to humanity, was just the beginning. It was just the warm-up act for what he was really going to learn. This is where he reveals his true area of expertise, a special kind of math he calls the Bodhisattva's calculation. And this is not for balancing your checkbook. This is a system designed to comprehend the incomprehensible. The whole system is built on this staggering principle. Instead of just counting up one by one, each new number, each new unit is the previous one squared. It's a method built for an exponential explosion of quantity. It's a way to name numbers so ridiculously vast they would otherwise just completely break our imagination. And just look at how quickly this thing grows. It starts with a kolti, that's 10 million. The very next step in ayuta is that number squared. We're talking 100 trillion. The next one, a nayuta, is 100 trillion squared. The scale just spirals out of control so fast that the system eventually runs out of names and has to use concepts like uncountable, unthinkable, and finally, unspeakable. And this is the purpose of his cosmic math. Megha connects it right back to the sand he was playing with. He explains that with this system, he can calculate the exact number of grains in a huge sand pile. But then he takes it so much further. He says he can also count and name every single world, every Buddha, and every law of existence across the entire universe. So at this point, Sudhana must be absolutely floored. I mean, this kid can count infinity. This has to be it, right? This has to be the final teacher, the one with all the answers. But then, Megha delivers the most important lesson of all. After explaining how he can conceptually hold the entire universe in his mind using numbers, Megha tells Sudhana that this incredible, mind-blowing skill is just one single entry point. One tiny gateway into the real landscape of true wisdom. And he puts his own incredible knowledge into perspective. He says, look, I can name every world, but a great bodhisattva can count every single living being within all of those worlds. I can count the grains of sand, but they can count every single moment in all of time. In his own eyes, his cosmic level knowledge is just completely dwarfed by what's still out there. And with that, Megha reveals his true purpose. He isn't the final answer. His whole role was to just open Sudhana's mind to the sheer, unbelievable scale of what's possible, and then to point the way forward.
he sends himself to a city called Ocean Dwelling to find the next teacher on his never-ending path.
And that just leaves us with this dizzying thought, right? This story completely reframes the whole pursuit of knowledge. It's not about getting to some finish line where you know everything. It's about realizing that even the most staggering, universe-spanning intellect is just a single step on a truly infinite path. Because, really, if counting the universe is just the beginning, what could possibly come next?